Yo, what up, YouTube? Welcome back to the couch. So, I haven't been live in a few days, mostly because I've just been consuming too much content to be making it. But we're breaking that streak today. Uh, if you've seen the last VOD, or in case you didn't, it was, not my brightest moment. We, unfortunately, we wiped, to of what else but a dragon type gym. Probably the hardest matchup we had to go into. But if I'm being honest, the reason that I wiped there was because I was simply just playing poorly. And this is pretty new for me because I've been playing this ROM for a long time. So I have a lot of experience with what the enemy is going to do. I have a general idea of what the AI likes to go for, but now that I have a bit of pressure trying to sort of perform it and show it off, I've been playing pretty sloppy, and I've been making mistakes, and honestly, it's been a bit of a downer. But the biggest reason we lost that last run was simply because I had made a drastic change in my team, which was changing my partner to Scizor to a Politoed that we didn't even have yet. So it really weakened the team, and I think it threw off my momentum. So what I've decided to do going into this stream and this run is we're not turning down any of the difficulty, but what we are doing is we're treating Politoed like we treat Kyogre. We're not gonna differentiate the two anymore. So there's been a big adjustment to the moveset in that Politoed now has a moveset. So since I want to treat them like Kyogre in this instance, I want even the moves to be similar. So we've given them the wide lens, and we're going with a bit of a funny set. Muddy Water, Blizzard, Hypnosis with wide lens. This sort of covers kind of Kyogre's main two roles, being able to hit both Pokemon with a strong water type move that I don't have to worry about missing because of the wide lens, having Blizzard for coverage that we also can hit more reliably with the wide lens, and because Politoed really isn't as strong of a Pokemon as Kyogre, and because they get more options, I decided that it would be pretty funny to run Hypnosis on Politoed, mostly because since I can't rely on Politoed to always just take 2 kills every turn, there will be times where if I need to reposition, simply using Hypnosis could give me an out, especially against some of those strong, like, dragon types. Yo! Thanks! Yeah, against the strong dragon types, that was where we struggled. So these are the adjustments we're making going forward. Blizzard obviously hits the types that Scizor really can't hit, and Hypnosis gives me a chance to pivot. But we're not done yet. I'm actually making another adjustment. I don't normally do this. We're making an adjustment before we start the run. And we're utilizing the Pokemon Daycare. If you don't know how the Daycare works in this ROM, basically you can upgrade it so you have more slots, and these Pokemon gain levels alongside your other Pokemon when you finish runs. On top of that, though, you can bring Pokemon from the Daycare into your current run to assist you. And we did that last run with Sinistcha, which was useful, but unfortunately the typing was a little annoying. And there was something I realized that I'm now lacking a bit of speed because Politoed is not as fast as Kyogre. So, what we're... yeah. So what we're going to do is we are going to deposit my Crobat. And I talked about this Crobat in the first stream. This is my, like, dedicated roaming legendary encounter Pokemon, because they are very fast, they learn Mean Look, they can very easily trap legendaries and keep them from running away. It was very useful when filling up the legendary decks, but now we're going to use them as part of the actual team. So I've gone and put Tailwind on them instead of Mean Look, and we're probably going to bring them out pretty early because this also fixes another problem that I have. Oh, so I can explain that real quick. So, point is, we want Tailwind because Scizor's slow as hell. So the reason we have Shiny Scizor there is because another quirk of the mod. So if you haven't seen him before, this is our guy. This is our Adamantine Dragon. because in this ROM you can get Pokemon to have moves and abilities they shouldn't normally. And as much as I love my guy already, there are a bunch of adjustments I want to make to him, including IVs and EVs. And one of the biggest things, I want to make him shiny. So there is a way you can make any of your particular Pokemon shiny by going to the sort of there's like a tea house, or no, it's not a tea house. There's a it's like a Poffin or Pokeblock shop, right? And they will make you a shiny set of food, which allows you to change a non-shiny into a shiny. And since I don't have any Pokedex data for shiny Scizor, the only way to make this Scizor shiny is to go out and get another completely different shiny Scizor. So that's why it's on the list. It's purely for cosmetics. I just like Scizor. Scizor should be in Smash. I'm not gonna lie though, you could probably have a cosmetic mod to just like replace him over like one of the Fire Emblem characters, and I would be just as happy. But Scizor is my GOAT. He shares my #1 favorite Pokemon slot with Metagross. Just the Steel type in general have like some of my favorite Pokemon. So I very much enjoy using Scizor. And I get to live out my 12-year-old fantasies of Scizor having really strong water type set stab, because we have Surging Strikes on Scizor. It's so funny. I've mentioned this before in private, but if I could, I would change Scizor's ability here from Good as Gold back to Technician. Even though Good as Gold is so good, right? Like, it's such an overpowered ability. I would rather have Technician for the boost on Surging Strikes. Like, that would be so powerful. But we have to have Good as Gold here, so we're just gonna say, oh well. Yeah, Robin Mouthguard. I like that, honestly. So we have to deposit Crobat into the daycare to ensure we can use them in the run, along with Sinistcha. I've got that Magby in there just because I like Follow Me Magmar as an option if I need something to like if I genuinely don't know how to pivot around a scenario, Follow Me Magmar is a great option, especially because we're so afraid of the fire type moves on Scizor. Because if we end up terastallizing somebody other than Scizor, which isn't super likely, but it can happen, all that work to get the Water Terra just to not use it. But in the event we don't Terra Scizor, it would be nice to have a Fire type Follow Me user if things get super dire. It's all randomized, and the AI loves to like cheat. I swear they read your moves. So I really, if I'm not using legendaries, I do have to prepare a bit more than I'm used to. But honestly, I think it's probably just a more interesting viewing experience to not run legendaries, even though I just find it very fun. And just to show off, we're just using Gen 9 National Dex. Last time we ran this, we went with the Alola Dex. I was purposely looking for a Dex that has what I want, but also would like make some of the stronger Gen 8 and 9 Pokemon unavailable. But I think that we should just say screw it and run like everything, because that means that we have more chances for like fun encounters, and we might be able to fill out the rest of our decks a bit better, because we're still missing tons of Pokemon. We're missing tons of starters, tons of Pokemon that I genuinely like to have just for fun. So Gen 9 gives us a good chance of finding something funny, and it'll still give us access to all the moves and abilities we want that I'm used to in modern competitive Pokemon. And now that Politoed is completely done and ready to go, we don't have to worry about changing anything for the rest of the run. Both Scizor and Politoed are completely good to go for the whole run. So now we just have to win it. This is redemption for Politoed, because I failed Politoed last run. And you know what? That wasn't fair. Really limiting our options here on the first one. We want to maximize our encounters on the early routes, so we'll take this. What is this course? Typical. Okay. Yeah. Again, we're not sure what we'll get. I definitely know the Pokemon that I do care about more than the ones that I don't. Oh, hey, I mentioned loving Metagross, by the way. Shiny Metagross mount. You will never catch me changing this. There are better mounts in this game, but, I mean, I have to indulge my 12-year-old self. Yeah, I definitely don't care about that. Oh, we're using Gen 9 decks. So, you know, we can actually get this. I don't have this in my decks, and in this Pokedex, we can actually get an Ursaluna, whichever one we want. So that's actually kind of a fun pull. It's like a type coverage we're not really using. It fills out a dex entry, and frankly, there's not much better on the route. I'm gonna scout around for some items. We could find stuff to sell. We could find some early bangers. But like I said last time, as we progress, we're just gonna stop picking up items. They'll stop being useful, and frankly, the game is gonna get a lot harder. So just spending time in the open world will be more costly. I have definitely had times where I've wasted unnecessarily tons of resources just like trying to fight every trainer or just picking up items for fun. Plus, I actually don't have a lot of time today to stream, so I'm hoping to blast through this run pretty quickly, which is hard. I mean, if you've never played this before or seen me play it, the runs will take about 2 to 3 hours, depending. The harder the matches are for me, the longer it's going to take. So, really, we just want to barrel through it as much as we can. Dude, I did see Mega Halucha. I gotta say, there's a lot to like about it. Like, oh, okay, hang on. Well, first off, we have a missing note. I want to see what this is. Oh, fuck! Okay. So, I don't know what to do with this, but we're catching it. So, Mega Halucha, very cool. Halucha is a Pokemon that absolutely deserves a Mega Evolution. I kind of wish they did more with the design. And I've seen people criticize this take on Twitter, like, have you seen Mega Gardevoir? Like, what did they change? And obviously, right, there's a lot you can criticize, but I really just, like, expected more from them, because if you looked at the Mega Victory Bell reveal, I love that guy. That's just a fun design. Like, it obviously looks like just, like, another evolution, like, for Victory Bell and Weepin' Bell, but I just think he's so much more of a fun guy. Like, visually, I think he's got a lot going on for him. And Halucha, I just feel like I feel like if they had leaned more into, like, I don't know, if they had leaned more into, like, real life professional wrestling and, like, made his costume kind of funnier, I feel like it might have been a cooler reveal for me, but really it just looks like they made him just bigger, and they gave him a new costume. Oh yeah, Mega Victory Bell, so cute. He's such a fun guy. But yeah, no, Mega Halucha, like, he looks very much like you'd expect, right? Like, if I was playing a fan game, and that was the Mega Halucha they had, I would have been like, yeah, makes sense, it just looks like Halucha, but better. So, I don't dislike the design, but I also don't really, like, I wish it impressed me more, just because I was so pleased with the Victory Bell evolution. So I want to talk about this for a second, though. So, I have not played a lot of the Gen 9 of this ROM hack. I did not think you could get Stage 1 Coin Gimmighoul. Like, I didn't know that this Pokemon was, like, obtainable, like, at all. Like, I didn't know it had stats, right? I thought, like, it was, like, the Terra Shell down Terapagos. If you've seen them, Wolf Glick calls it, like, Merch Terapagos and, like, actual Terapagos. But, like, I didn't think that this Gimmighoul had stats associated with it to even, like, use. So that's going to be really interesting. I think I already understand how to evolve it. I've seen this before. There's a Gimmighoul coin you can get. And just because I know how the mod works, I'm pretty sure we just need to get, like, a single one to evolve him into chest form. But, like, I don't know. I just don't know enough about the Gen 9 mechanics of this ROM to really understand how I'm going to evolve him. But the thought of having Goldengo in this is just amazing. Yeah, I actually didn't know that. I don't play a lot of Pokemon Go. Despite having it on my phone for the last, like, since it came out, I have rarely played it, so I was not familiar with Gimmighoul and that. But I've certainly played plenty of Scarlet and Violet, so I know how he works in that game, and in that game you can only get him in chest form. Okay, our rival is Barry. That's funny. I like Barry. We're gonna check for some Terra Shards. Steel Shard's interesting. I wouldn't mind giving this to Politoed. Having him be able to Terra Steel would be a pretty cool defensive buff, especially because we already have Protect on him. So it would give us like two sort of ways of protecting him. The problem is if Politoed Terra Steels next to Scizor, then we just have two Steel types, and that's not really ideal. So I think we're probably just gonna hold off. We'll probably see on the next outpost if I change my mind, but for now we're just gonna assume that it's a bad call. But speaking of competitive Pokemon, I didn't finish it yet, so no spoilers. But I was watching the newest Wolf Glick video and about the EU tournament, and every time that man talks about competitive Pokemon, I become entranced. Like, I think genuinely Wolf Glick videos have had a huge, like, drive on me to want to do competitive Pokemon. Scarlet and Violet has been the generation I've put the most time and thought into competitive Pokemon ever. I used to be, like, a dedicated shiny hunter before Scarlet and Violet. I would never touch competitive, because I had the mindset, right, that competitive Pokemon is just, like, a popularity contest between, like, the best, like, 20 Pokemon in the game, and that's all anybody ever brings. Because I remember the last time I really cared about it was as a kid, back in, like, Black and White, which I think had some of the most annoying competitive trends ever. And so it really turned me off from it. But now, like, with Terra being, like, the primary gimmick, it's so much more fun to build teams around Terra. And so, it's why it's, like, really the only mechanic I've played with in this ROM. I just find Terra so fun. Honestly, Poliwrath could use a Mega Evolution. Poliwrath is one of those Pokemon, like, I used to love him back in, like, the earlier gens, back when Politoed wasn't as good with, like, Drizzle and stuff. But, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. So many Pokemon need Megas to feel good again, right? Like, even, like, Metagross and Scizor, when they got their Megas, they were starting to fall off. Like, they were still good in Gen 6, but, like, they can only go so far from Gen 3 and up, right? Like, their power creep just happens to everyone. So our Pokemon are bad here, so we're gonna use the Daycare before we challenge, just in case. But yeah, I think that's the problem with Megas, is that Pokemon Company has to be so specific with who they give it to. They have to pay a lot of attention to, like, the actual game state and, like, what people are doing in it. Like, they have to put a lot of consideration around who gets what. Like, as much as I'm sure they would love to just make $1 billion and make merch of every Pokemon having a Mega, they're actually trying to be responsible with the metagame, I think, which is really good. And that's why I like Terra so much more. Because you can only do so much with Mega Evolution before it becomes, like, another power creep race. Terra is both an offensive and a defensive tool that everyone can use, and they can customize completely for their team. So it's become so much cooler of a mechanic. So even though I do think there's a lot of Pokemon who should have Megas, you know, Flygon being like I still am mad. I've seen the spoilers. I don't think they're getting it. I can't in my head believe that there's a better mechanic than Terra. I got a Poison type trainer, Steel trainer. Yeah, Arbok, honestly, also another Pokemon. He's kind of funny. He's a meme. He would love a Mega, but just they can only give so many Pokemon. I was gonna Tailwind here, but if I'm being honest, I didn't realize he would only have 2 Pokemon. I kind of forgot. It's been a while since I've played. So we're just gonna rip this and just move on. Okay, yeah, Terra Iced, he's so dead. Yo, shout out to Rotom Fridge, by the way. Probably one of my favorite Rotom forms, and it's so bad that it will never be used for anything. Like, all of my favorite Rotom forms are the bad ones. I love Fan and Fridge as my favorites, and, like, Mo is my 3rd favorite for sure, and they're all bad. But basically, if you're a Rotom form and you're not Wash, like you're basically throwing, or like even base Rotom, I think is probably better. So it just sucks. That's the way it is. But you know, shoutouts to all the Rotom Frost believers out there. Yeah, I mean, like from what I understand, Rotom Wash, like he had his peak in like gens 5 and 6, and he's like fallen off since then. But oh god, I've closed the chat. I don't even know how I did that. I'm using a Steam controller. And if you don't know about Steam controllers, these big circles act as mice, and these back buttons work as clickers. So I have completely fucked up my stream layout right as soon as we started. So I'm gonna have to pull up my own stream now just to read goddamn chat. Which, that's a fun diversion from the stream. I have to close out of my big picture just to get it back up. Yeah. I am... Yeah, if you're familiar with the actual Steam Deck, very similar to the pads on the Steam Deck. I am probably the only person on the planet who is still using his original Steam controller from the release of it. But that's just because I love it. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. That I think that this controller is pretty peak, and I think people who don't like it are just, they have a skill issue. Oh my god. So we're fighting Poppy as our first gym leader because we're on rainbow mode, meaning any trainers can appear at any time from any of the 9 gens. So we're off to a bad start. Oh my god, yeah, no, we're off to a bad start. We're off to such a bad start. Normally, I don't worry about the early game, because normally you can breeze through the early game, because they just have like 3 Pokemon at level 15. But we have to fight Orthworm Duraludon with our Terra Water Surging Strike Scizor. Okay, so the Duraludon here is the problem. There's also another problem in that I think Duraludon can know fire coverage. It's really hard to tell. I don't think I lose anything by going Terra Water here just in case. Because it would also mean I would resist a ground move in case Orworm wants to go for it. And I think Water resists Steel. I don't know my resistances off the top of my head still. God, what do I want to do here? I would hate to lose this early, if I'm being honest. Okay. We're just going to knock off the Duraludon. I don't know if it has an item it might. And I'm going to... Do I even need the Tailwind? I think I don't. So we're just going to go double Dark type moves into the Duraludon, because Steel does not resist Dark anymore. So we're just going to hope that this does a significant amount of damage. Oh, he's going for Hone Claws. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, oh my god, of course he has Smackdown. Okay, so he didn't have an item either. That's kind of bad for us. So we're going to rip the Terra Water Surging Strikes here, just because I think its damage might actually be useful. Because this Duraludon doesn't have like stamina or anything like that. Actually, he doesn't get it, his evolution does. So we're just going to do that, and we're going to rip to Politoed to get the Rain Boost. We're just going to try to hit him as hard as possible and hope that's enough. Got Politoed setting up the Drizzle. We're going Terra Water, baby. Terra Water, Mystic Water, Scizor. Okay, he's setting up still. This could be really fucking bad, honestly. Our other out here would just be Hypnosis, but I think we actually got this. Yeah, I don't think we'd kill... Yeah, we didn't kill without the rain there. So, that problem's out of the way. And the game is over now because Orthworm is just hardening. So, the scary part is over. That was the scary part. Yeah, the scary part's so over. Goddamn, Duraludon as his opener really threw me off, I'm not gonna lie. If it was like any other Steel type that was like less scary, I would not have cared. But just Duraludon at the start really threw me off. Holy shit. I have never been so scared for the first gym leader. I don't think Like, I think the only other time I was that afraid of the first gym leader was the first time I ever played this ROM hack. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, it's over. It's so over. God, I don't know. I just saw the timeline where that Duraludon, for some reason, had Fire Blast and killed my Scizor in one shot. And if Scizor dies in one shot, I just lose. I don't have any other mons that can do anything. You know what? We're doing Surging Strikes for the culture. And Hypnosis as well. Yo, we hit that shit. First Hypnosis. Okay. Yeah. That was so much scarier than it should have been, just because I did not want to fight Duraludon. Archaludon would have been worse there, obviously. It's never Archaludon because of the way the level scaling in this game works. But, I don't know, I never played in Gen 8. I didn't play Gen 8 until after Gen 9 came out. But, like, I'm still scared of Duraludon, because I remember him being scary in Gen 8, right? I mean, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I had nothing to worry about there, I don't know. I just am not familiar with my damage calcs against Duraludon. This is an awful zone to get. We're just gonna go for the calm route to get as many chances at Pokemon. We have another new Pokemon. We don't want to catch a Sinistry here, because if we really want that Pokemon, our best shot is just to retrieve the one we already have in the daycare right now. Wooper. That's him. That's who I don't have. Wow, I've never caught a Wooper? Huh. I guess he just never came up. Do I want him? I guess I take him just because I don't have as many Pokemon right now. At the worst, I get him in my Pokedex in my box. Yeah, and I guess we just skip everything else. Yeah, honestly, this route's kind of bad. I say we just speed through it in the interest of time. The one good thing about encountering Poppy is that means that there will no longer... Random shiny. We're getting it. There will no longer be a Steel-type gym leader for the rest of the run. So, and Steel is one of those types that if you're gonna encounter it, you might as well do it early. Oh, I would love to play Scarlet and Violet on stream. I just don't have a good way of capturing it is the only problem. I would love to play Scarlet and Violet on stream. I've done so much playing on Scarlet and Violet. I have done a bit of the ladder. I did a bit of Regulation J ladder. Or was it J? Whichever one was the one where you could have one restricted legendary. I played a bit of the ladder in that, where I was running Terra, Dragon, Groudon with Trick Room, Heat Proof, Bronzong. Or Bronzor. And I didn't get very far, but I had a lot of fun. I genuinely want to do a lot of VGC content on the channel, because it just interests me so much. Like, I love competitive video games. I've been playing competitive video games ever since I was a teenager. I like a lot of MOBAs back in the day. And in my free time, I would play a lot of, like, turn-based and strategy games. Those were the ones that I just had the most fun with. So Pokemon really scratches both of those itches for me, where it's a competitive game at its core, and it's a turn-based RPG, meaning that I don't have to have fast reaction time or think quick on my feet. I know competitive gives you like 60 seconds, but still, like not as quick as like COD, you know what I mean? Because I am very bad at like quick reaction time and shooters, so I gravitate towards games where they give me a second to plan my move. So Pokemon is a great game for that. So very much would love to play a lot of Pokemon Showdown, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We're not ready for it yet. I'm still kind of building up the nerve to do it. I want to do what I think might be the best Pokemon Nuzlocke on YouTube to date. No one steal. If you steal, I'll sue you for copyright infringement. It's going to be called the Generational Run. We're going to be running Pokemon Gens 1 through 7, all the way through Nuzlocking. If we ever wipe, we reset back to Gen 1. And any Pokemon that we ever catch are out of the game. I can't catch them in any other game. I can't use them on any other teams. So we're going to be using like full continuous decks throughout all of the generations. And we're going to try to beat a consecutive long-term Nuzlocke. So that's going to be like the next big thing I want to do on the channel. For now, we are just kind of doing this mostly just because I have the most fun with it. Genuinely, this roguelike, I think, is my favorite Pokemon anything I've ever played. Yo, we got the Florida store, let's go. I just love the fun roguelike elements. I love building my Pokemon up. I know it's gonna be hard, but like that's what people want to see, right? Like, I've watched a lot of Nuzlocking content on YouTube, and like if you're watching Nuzlocking content, you're unless they're like your favorite creator, you're not watching Bamey's first Nuzlocks, right? You're watching like the Drayano Gauntlet, right? Or you're watching like Kaizo Ironmon, or you're watching like, I don't know, maybe you're just a fan of Pichao Daily. But there's just a lot of competition right now in the Nuzlocke space. Like, it's bigger than it's ever been, frankly, thanks to Alpharad and Pichao. And if you haven't watched the Point Crow Nuzlocke Invitational, you are missing out. So frankly, the only Nuzlocks to even do are the hard ones. Like, everyone knows what a Nuzlocke is, right? Especially if you're already watching Pokemon content. Like, so I want to do something that I don't think anyone's ever done. And honestly, it sounds pretty fun. Like, if I can be so real, that sounds like such a cool long-term spectacle. Like, I think it's perfect for stream. Yeah, nice. Yeah, but Nuzlocke content has just gotten so big on YouTube, right? There's so much competition. Like, okay, is it even worth putting citrus on these guys? I guess. But yeah, so I feel like if you're gonna do it, you better go big. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no reason to hold back. We're gonna need Scizor Crobat again, just for Tailwind setup. I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but one of the things I was trying to get at is there's actually an innate problem with leading with my Drizzle user into like these teams I can't predict, because there are going to be times where I don't want to set the rain up, or when setting it up is a detriment to me because it gives it to my opponent as well, right? So leading Crobat here not only gives me the chance to set up Tailwind, but it means that I don't have to put so much pressure to use my Surging Strike's rain strategy immediately. Because before, if I felt like I had to go for it immediately, otherwise I just lost the pressure and I brought Politoed for no reason. So we probably don't need Tailwind here, but Scizor's just so slow, I'm going to set it up anyway, just in case. Yeah, this is a Dark-type gym, so luckily having Lunge here is going to be really useful. This was another thing about not being able to use Technician that is actually kind of useful for Scizor, because when you're using Technician, or at least for me, you often feel pressure to use the moves that benefit from it, right? So I normally don't use moves that have like more than 60 power, because why at that point? You're using Technician, you might as well get the boost from it. So not using it means I can use stuff like Lunge here, which I normally wouldn't use, but is honestly a really good it's a really good move just to like use, because even if it's not like great damage, it's still like stab and it has a chance to lower attack. So there's a lot of good reasons to use it. I don't really have a good answer for this Pawniard, so I think we're just gonna hit him with a dual wing beat, because I don't really think he threatens anything on me either. Huh, okay. So, in this ROM, Mons, their Terra type of Pokemon are very random. If they have two types, which most Pokemon do, and it'll be just one of the two types. I don't think there's any priority to which type they terrestrialize into. So, that could have easily been Terra Dark, and we just would have killed him instantly. So, we really can't predict that. So we're just gonna Lunge again for the kill. And I am just gonna swap into Politoed just because I don't want Crobat to take any more damage. Like, a weird critical hit that I don't expect could probably kill him. He's not very tanky. And I just don't want to risk it. Like, I don't know, a crit Night Slash from Poniard might kill. I'm not calcing it. I'm just going to assume that it will and just do something else. So, you saw this last turn. This is another funny thing about the mod. I hope they patch this somehow in the next version. But if you're using one of these unique Pokemon like my Scizor, they don't know that Scizor has good as gold. So the AI wants to Scary Face here because it has an inclination to use its status move, but it cannot use a status move on me because I have good as gold. But the AI wouldn't know that because, like, how could it? It doesn't have any kind of dynamic thought to it. It's just using, like, some bolstered modded Pokemon AI, I think. So it really, like, kind of brings down the challenge when the AI does that stuff. I mentioned this in the first run we did a couple days ago, but I hope that they remove Future Sight as an option for my opponents, because the AI will almost always click Future Sight if they have it, and I think, like, they guaranteed will. I mean, it's got to do with the damage, right? Because I think Future Sight has very high damage. The problem is it just takes too long to hit. So I just don't think the AI understands how long it's going to actually take to get that move on the field. Speaking of Hawlucha, we're not going to catch one this run because we already have, we have Hawlucha at home. But more than that, I have a shiny Hawlucha at home. So definitely do not feel a need to catch a new one. And if it bears repeating, the reason we're not just going to catch Pokemon, even if we would want them, we're not really looking to catch Pokemon that we already have, because we just don't want to waste the resources. Technically, it is a tax on me every time I catch a Pokemon that I don't want in the box or I have extras of, because it means that I have to catch them in my Safari Zone, or risk them just building up forever, because there's no other way to get rid of them. Do we catch a Wattrel? I don't have one. We have a couple of duds in the party with Teddiursa and Gimmighoul, but they will eventually evolve into better Pokemon, so I think we'll just, like, skip them. Kilowattrel is fun, but I don't really think I have any desire to use him. Like, I've tried building with Kilowattrel in Showdown, and he has some things to like about him, but generally I don't think he's a very good Pokemon. In general, I'm sure there are, like, regulations where he can shine, but, like, in general, I don't know. Like, he's a cute guy, but, like, that's not enough to, like, save a Pokemon, unfortunately. The one thing I will say about this controller, the joystick is very sensitive. Wish it wasn't. If you ever see me, like, bumping into walls or making weird turns, it just gets the joystick's kind of weird on it. It could just be a product of its age. It's a very old controller, but it definitely isn't fun. Also, if it had a D-pad, I'm sure I wouldn't have this problem, but alas, it does not. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, we're just gonna... one more for the road, just to get our final levels here. God, Sizzle's attack stat. This is so good. Not as good as Urshifu's, but it'll do. We take the... what do I want more here? Electric or normal? Who cares? That's normal. I think normal gives me a lot of options. Just kidding. It gives me no options. Also, I don't know what people prefer, but what I've done here is I have, in the last two streams, I had turned off the music for the ROM, and I was playing just my normal streaming music. I usually use the Fear of Dark soundtrack on YouTube. But I figured that people might actually like to listen to the Pokemon music, so I turned it back on. So I don't know what people prefer. If anyone has any, like, ideas or, like, things that they want to hear, definitely want to know. Oh, again, a mouse hold. Yeah, I would like to make these videos as watchable as possible, if I can be honest. Just like whatever makes it more of a fun time or just something you can watch in the background. As someone who watches a lot of content in the background, I can definitely appreciate the sounds people play and, like, you know, having like any kind of music or just something to listen to. So the Pokemon music for this ROM is just pretty good. They use like all the bangers from like Gens 5 and lower, so I don't know, I think people might like that. So let's see if we can get any evolution items. Okay, so there's the Gimmighoul coin. Can we use it now? Is it in... okay. So now I don't know. So now we're gonna actually just check the Pokédex and get the answer. So they didn't finish it. Evo text to do. I've been bamboozled. So we gotta get rid of this. This is a Gimmighoul. I also now want to see how Ursaring evolves. I hope that this is also not on the to-do list. The whole reason I got these Pokemon was because I wanted their... I guess now it makes sense. Gimmighoul didn't even have an overworld sprite, so yeah, I guess they're just not done with him. I don't know why he's in the game then. Okay. So, Pete Block if we want Ursaluna, and Moonstone, I'm assuming is that Ursaluna Blood Moon? I kind of want Ursaluna Blood Moon. Ursaluna Blood Moon is so crazy. And they're a special attacker. And if they only need a Moonstone, they might have one of those. This early? So, they don't. So I'm still stuck with Ursaring. But, on the bright side, Ursaring can hold an Eviolite. And now we actually might switch him in, so... So I guess I bought this Gimmighoul coin for nothing, huh? Okay. No Thunder users, rip. Yeah. We just kind of wasted our money on that Gimmighoul coin, and we wasted our time getting Gimmighoul, but that's fine. Can Ursaring learn any funny moves before we go? We might as well. Ooh, close combat. Well, that won't be very useful once he becomes Blood Moon. Long Shot, Helping Hand, High Horsepower. Hyper Beam kind of funny, but no. Ooh, do we want Protect? That would take all our money, but I don't really care about money right now. Nah, we'll look when we actually get him evolved. I don't think it's worth checking right now because he'll probably get access to way more moves when he evolves, like, that are actually appropriate. Yeah, I guess we just rip it and ship it. We're probably good. I mean, the only other opening I could really see us going with would be with Politoed, but I don't want to for just safety reasons. Huh, okay. Ghost types, huh? So, these are Gen 5 Pokemon. If they weren't Gen 5, they might have been scary. Thankfully, Gen 5 Pokemon don't evolve until, like, level 50. So, we're pretty good. We're gonna Terra Water just in case. Actually, no, we're not. Because I don't want to die to the Phantom. We're faster than Litwick, surely. We're just gonna... Yeah, this seems like the best play. Dual wing beat should probably kill. Yeah. Now we're for Focus Ash, just in case. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, there's no way we're slower than Litwick, right? Like... But if I was wrong, that would have looked really dumb. Okay, yeah. Only Gen 5 Pokemon means an easy sweep. Yeah, wow. Why are they only Gen 5 Pokemon? Okay. I mean, I'll take it. We don't look a gift horse in the mouse here. The longer we go, the harder it gets. Okay, you're dead as hell. Speaking of hell, another game that didn't kill? Another game I'm hoping to play on stream at some point. It's a indie horror game called Look Outside. I just beat it for the first time the other day. And now I want to achievement hunt it because I love it so much. So we might be doing achievement running of Look Outside at some point as well. But probably not before the Nuzlocke, just because I want to start it at some point soon. Just to, like, get it out there. I don't know. The consistency at which I can stream can be a little weird. I have a lot of responsibilities. I have to work. I have to do other things. I have to watch every Wolf Click video twice, which takes a lot of my time. So the times where I can stream are a little limited right now, but I'm hoping we can start on the Nuzlocke pretty consistently when we start it. Sure, we'll go breathing. We're kind of getting shafted on these routes. We just don't have a lot of diversity, and like the routes we're getting are not very good. So, and the Pokemon we're getting are also not very good. This is kind of just the experience I've come to know from this ROM. Just like they don't give you a lot. That's why I just take things, right? It's like, I don't care, I'll use healing items, or I'll use Kyogre, because otherwise this game is just gonna fuck me. They're not very forgiving. Which is fine, but I'm still technically building up my resources, even though I'm having fun while doing it. Like, I originally, for this run, I wanted to use Prankster Tailwind Murkrow, because he's my GOAT. But Murkrow doesn't learn Tailwind. You have to use a TM. And the TM costs 22,000 Pokédollars, of which I have 16,000. So, not only would it be all my money, I don't even have it yet. So, that's why we're doing Crobat. What do I want to go for here? You know what, we're just gonna Gigaton. We're just gonna send it, and we're gonna go in. I don't want to think too hard on the trainer battles. These are the battles where I should just be clicking buttons just to get through it quickly. When we get to the later game, we're just going to be skipping trainer battles because Metagross can just fly over Pokemon. And I'm not above just doing that. I don't know if you saw it, there's a funny glitch where if you go pretty fast in the menus, for some reason the Terrastalize icon would like move across the screen. It's very funny. I'm not sure why it does that, but I notice every time. Wow, I feel like we're getting really shafted here. Shafted on items, shafted on Pokemon, shafted on like route options. We're actually gonna fight this guy just for the money. It's still a roguelike. I still have to like gather some resources. Oh my god, that Barraskewda sprite looks crazy. It's just, I don't know, cross poison? Maybe we crit? We crit. I don't know if that mattered. And it's over. Yeah, I was pretty sure Crobat was faster without a speed boost, but I wasn't sure. the big items we want to look out for are those like little stone-looking items, because we want to try to get that moonstone for Ursaring. Speaking of, I'm gonna check your moves real quick. Play rough is kind of fun. More than covet. Take slash because it's stab. Oh yeah, your moves suck. I should have changed these a long time ago. Sure. We're more likely to click haze than anything. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, it should be good for the rival fight. We're getting to the point where it can be scary now. He's gonna have like 4 or 5 Pokemon. I think 5. Yeah, 5. Okay, same 2 as last time. Some of these might be subject to change as the BST limit increases. So Crobat's not a great spot against the Rotom, but Scizor is. So I think we just lunge. We're gonna use a Tailwind. I think that the only Ice-type move I have to worry about here is Blizzard, which has a high chance to miss. So I'm just gonna call that he's not gonna do it. Yeah, he subs here. Okay. Mudsdale, dude, this is my GOAT. Mudsdale is my GOAT. He is my fucking champion. Anytime I'm doing any kind of Pokemon run and I'm just not sure like how to beat it, or I just need someone who's just gonna carry me through, it's Mudsdale, baby. This is my fucking guy. I love Mudsdale with all my heart. But I'm, in general, just a huge Gen 7 simp. Like, I love Gen 7. I think it's one of the best. No stamina, but doesn't matter because Surging Strikes crits. Yeah. Oh, he tried to trick. He tried to take my Mystic Water. Yeah, I hope you don't have Rocky Helmet. I think I've seen you with a Rocky Helmet before. Pretty sure sub blocks Hypnosis. Let's just Muddy Water. There's a chance this kills Lycanroc. Wow. Wow, that breaks sub? Really? Really? Muddy Water in Rain breaks Rotom sub. I wonder if that stays consistent. Now here's the thing. The AI is just trying to do bullshit against Scizor and they can't. And he's a Pokemon who does benefit from the rain. The question is, are we scared of it? We're gonna Gigaton the Rotom just to get rid of it. We'll Muddy Water for the rain boost. Okay, it's Terastallizing. I think I wanted the Terastallize to fighting here. Yeah, it's fighting. Okay, good. That's going to be scarier when it becomes Crabominable, because Crabominable could potentially mess up Scizor with like a close combat or something. That's going to be where Water Terra is really useful. Yeah, Surging Strikes, and we'll just Muddy Water because it's more like, oh, you got the rare Wide Lens Muddy Water miss. If I can be so real, I don't know how much Wide Lens up to your accuracy. I know I could check at any point, but I just have never done it. If I can be so honest about it. But frankly, I don't think it matters. I think it's very funny, and in a ROM hack and not in a serious tournament, I think it makes a lot of sense. So, this lab normally allows you to get back a Pokemon that you've permanently lost, but we haven't lost anyone because we're not doing permadeath. No one's even fainted, so I don't know what these are going to be. Nope. Wow, real bangers you got there, Professor Elm. Real bangers. You almost never want to take those anyway because they always give you a curse. It's always so bad. I remember one time I took one of those just because I really wanted to get my Metagross back when I was running him. And then, oh, this is not great. And then, yeah, give me like an embargo curse, which meant I couldn't use items anymore. And I lost the run immediately after. It was like so not worth it. Yeah, so Scizor not going to do much here, but yeah, actually lunge. Does that kill? The game is pretty tanky. Okay, I think we dual wing beat because Crobat will go first, and we hope it kills because then Scizor will kill the Petlo, but we're going to double Meganium just in case. Okay. Crit mattered there. Okay, and now we win. I think that's GG's. Pretty dilly. Bro, what's with all the Carnivines? I love Carnivine, but like, why is he here? Yeah, we do a wing beat again, fuck it. I know Great Deal didn't use a rock move, but I think this combo kills. Yeah, like, what was Great Deal gonna do? Like, Ancient Power? Like, yeah, we got this. I don't think crit mattered there, but you know what? Why not? Yo, go. Why is this Pokemon here? This is only ever Grass Terra, right? Ooh, that does not kill, huh? Ooh, glad we doubled into him. I love the lunge animation. I mentioned this before, but I always kind of imagine the movement of that move. Like, it just reminds me so much of Corrin from Smash Bros. Whenever they do their side special, they have that, like, jump thing. That's always, I imagine what it looks like, is jump into, like, big strike. I have, like, such a vivid, I have such a vivid imagination. I always just, like, I want to picture what these moves look like if I was really there. And this should kill, right? I don't know. I don't know how to count Carnivine +2 stockpile. Okay, I crit anyway. Okay, that threw me off. I wasn't sure what we were going to do about the grass guy, but then I remembered, oh yeah, we're using Crobat, not Politoed. Okay, there's been a distinct lack of Politoed in this Politoed redemption. We have to change that. Like, I genuinely thought we'd be doing switching off of Crobat, which is why I'm leading him. But we've done 4 badges, and we have not seen Politoed. That has to change right now. I refuse to clickbait. Oh, yo, Great Tusk! That's the first Paradox Pokemon I've ever seen. I don't run a lot of Gen 9. That's so cool. We needed someone to replace Gimmighoul anyway. We have Heavy Balls. He's a heavy guy, right? Great Tusk? Okay. Fuck it, we're going again. Third time's a charm. Okay, what about the 4th time? It always works the 4th time. Yeah, sorry Gimmighoul, but I cannot evolve you. As much as I would have loved to go Dango. Yeah, so now we really want to go the, now we really want a, Roaring Moon. Yeah, damn. Rapid Spin. You don't have great moves, Great Tusk. Bulldoze. Yeah, no. Speed's an interesting mechanic, but no. I mean, like, I guess more than Rapid Spin. I don't really care. Even if the opponent sets up hazards, I usually don't care about it. It's just usually not that impactful. Do we care about Great Tusk Taunt? I don't think we do. I know Rollout's also not a great move, but whatever. There is the problem, though, that we're running a rain team, so we'll never use Photosynthesis, but, you know, there's a chance we run into a sun team. It's not like, the chance isn't 0. Get Great Tusk leveled here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't want to risk fighting any Hitmonlees or Great Tusks. We're just looking for the Alolan Persians, or I guess you. You can't be that hard, can you? Surely. Surely you've still got, like, Tier 1 Pokemon. Okay, no. So here's the problem. Here's what I mean. So now Bruxish has the rain. And while I'm not particularly afraid of Bruxish, you never know. Yeah, let's just try to rip one. Okay. I feel so much better about just hitting raw blizzards when we have access to Wildlands. Jeez! Why did that half hit my Politoed? Please stop! Please stop! Okay. So not only did they have a water type, their flying type had a grass move. I forgot. So, this isn't a Nuzlocke, and he's not dead, it's just annoying. Yeah, this is why we picked up those revives earlier. Honestly, if I'm being so real, I should have known that that was going to happen. As a Toucannon enjoyer, I know that he gets access to Bullet Seed. I just did not think that that random Toucannon would have it. But this ROM loves its coverage moves, though I should have expected it. Yeah, I'm feeling ballsy enough to fight the next trainer too. You know, fuck it. You know, if we burn through all 7 revives, you know, that just is better content. Low kicks. What do we do against low kicks? Oh, does Bug not resist itself? Okay. I'm just gonna do this. Damn, that hurt. Also, Politoed and Scizor slower than Miltank. What the fuck? Like, I don't know the speed stat of every Pokemon offhand, but like, really? Miltank outspeeds both Politoed and Scizor? I guess Politoed's like not a fast guy. I just didn't think he was that slow. I don't know. As much as I like Politoed, I'm not a Politoed expert. Which is what we're hoping to change here. I want to love Politoed as much as I love Kyogre. Because when Kyogre's not available, I'm going to be using Politoed. So I really need to get familiar with him real quick. Well, not real quick, but in the sense that I need to learn it sooner rather than later. So I'm just going to rip the Terra Water here. Oh, right, Dragon type is not actually weak to water. But, I mean, like, it'll still probably kill if we double into him. Yeah, figures. Yeah, I was originally going for the Dawn Fan because I knew he had Sturdy, but when I realized that I didn't think Politoed would kill the Garchomp, I was like, I want that fucking Garchomp dead. Like, there's no world where I don't fall into Garchomp because fuck that. Yeah, we just muddy water here. He teared the water, but still uses a normal move. AI is so unpredictable. Okay. At least Surging Strikes is just that good. Okay. I disagree, game, but sure. Can't escape. I might as well have just stolen a citrus berry. I technically do not have infinite of these, but I do just have. I have a lot. I'm not really worried about using them, but like, come on. Oh, that's nice. Great Tusk is really fun. I don't know how useful he's gonna be yet, but if anything, he's like fun coverage. Got some fire types here. Problem is I don't want any of them. Yeah, that I think is a consistent thing about me is I very much undervalue the fire type, not for any good reason. I'll tell you that. I definitely need to be respecting fire types more, and use them more. I don't know why I just have this hard time where I pick a fire type that I like. And I'm like, yes, this is the guy I'm bringing. Even on my VGC teams, I'm so often not using fire types just because I don't know, they just don't fit in. I'm having a lot of problems with stream, I'm noticing. I'm hoping that there has not been any cutout in the audio, but there probably was, and that's fine. Oh, we need to Terra Water here. Beartick is kind of scary, I don't know what it's going to do, so I'm just going to try to Hypnosis it. The general rule for Scizor is that if I see a fire type, I have to Terastallize. And if I don't think that they know a fire type move, I can risk it just because of the rain. But, like, I'm not taking any chances against a real fire type. So that's not a good Pokemon to have to fight. I would like to use this into the Beartick, but honestly, I want to get rid of Primarina as fast as possible. Hopefully this is good. It's neutral. Okay, yeah, I crit well. Critting Gigaton Hammer will do that, I guess. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. It's not worth it. We're getting to the point where I will actively avoid fights just because, like, it can just be scary for no good reason. Like, we're getting too far in for me to be taking unnecessary risks. Just, it's not about winning all the battles because I can heal after the battles, right? It's the problem is like, if I wipe, I wipe. So I don't. If I fuck up something, I'm not gonna get a do-over. So I don't want to take any chances where I don't have to. They're using Crobat. Okay, and they're using a most likely Storm Drain. This is Gigaton. This might just kill. This might just kill. I don't think. Yeah, yeah. What is with Scizor critting this run? Alright, we hit the second hypnosis. Scizor! It's like I've given him a Razor Claw or something. Alright. What we're really wanting to see is some new legendaries, though. If you'll see on the things we have to do still, we're still trying to get as many legendaries as we can. Well, mostly the ones we actually care about and would want to build teams around. We want all of the Tapus. We're still missing a couple of Ultra Beasts. Zamazenta, Zacian. We don't have any Gen 9 legendaries. Just I want to be building with them just because it's fun and it gives me a lot of knowledge. It's the one thing I have trouble with building in Pokemon is using legendaries because I've never played in a restricted format, so I don't really have a good way of like judging which ones are good or like what teams they're good on. So I like using them just so I can get a good feel of how they play in a Pokemon game. Hope this actually works. Okay. There's a Luna Blood Moon. Okay, that's some fucking Pokemon right there. Yeah. Ooh, Terra Ground, though? I lost the lottery. Man, Terra Normal would have been so much better. I don't actually know if I want EQ on Great Tusk. I only have one Pokemon who would be immune to it. I have Protect on Politoed, but... please tell me that Blood Moon is on here. Is it not gonna be on here? No. Really? How? Is it like a level up thing? Huh. Well, one thing we are gonna get is a Silk Scarf, though. For eventually when we get the actual move we want. And we should be all good. I'll heal just to get some power points back. Can't hurt. Overall, though, we have kind of been getting shafted on the routes. I feel like we have not really been finding anything great. Kind of a bummer. Probably fine. Well, Soft Sand's probably better. I'd rather play more offensively than defensively. Just confirm, we're good. Okay. We still want to run Politoed. So, we haven't encountered the water type gym leader. We're just gonna spend it. Bug, okay. Yeah, we're gonna swap back to Crobat. So we still want to encounter the water type gym leader, which is bad because if we have to encounter them later, that means they just have better Pokemon, and we're running a rain team, and so we don't want to have to fight into water types. So in the next route, if we can, that we're probably gonna want to pull out Sinistry, honestly, just because I do not want to risk running into the high-level water-type trainer and not having a good answer. Oh my god. Only half health? Really love that bug typing. Honestly, I'm surprised he went for EQ. I guess we'll just Surging Strikes again. Yeah, the Wing Bait. What Terra type are you, Crobat? Not that I'm gonna Terrasilize you. So you are Terra Flying, so it is useful. But I don't think I need it to kill a Vespiquen. Okay, if I Terrasilize, that was a one-hit KO. You know what? I shouldn't have slept on Vespiquen. Sure, clearly I don't know the tech. Rabombi. Do not like that Pokemon. They are scary. I'm not going to stop the Rabombi from going. They're simply too fast, but I don't think they can really do anything to scare me here. Yeah. I'm like, what move could they possibly know that frightens me? Should be dead unless Focus Sash, and there's a Focus Sash. You can never tell who's going to have it, really. But somebody always has it. What we have into Ariados, huh? Surging Strikes. Yo, watch out! Terra Bug Ariados! Holy shit! Didn't expect that, but I mean, yeah. Like, I don't think there's any world in which that killed. Like, even if it Terra to a Psychic type, I don't think that a crit killed. Alright. So we're not halfway through it, we're like a third of the way through it by Gym 5. But so far we haven't had anything too scary. Wow, and the routes are just abysmal. Honestly, we're skipping this first route entirely. We're going straight into this middle route. We should just save time at this point. The game's not giving us anything. So, Duraludon, huh? I did not see you there. Well. Crobat and Seeking. What's funny here is Seeking could know Horn Drill, and because they are a higher level than me, it could kill me in one shot, which would be hilarious. What do we do? I'm not gonna lie, I'm totally setting myself up on the Horn Drill. Like, they could have done it. Like, they could have Horn Drilled, and it would have looked really dumb. But I just didn't want to risk it. I'm like, what is the Crobat gonna do here, realistically? Like, fuck it. Mini Arc I can deal with. They keep going for status moves. I have to get up for a minute. I apologize. That's probably a minute, right? So, Duraludon spawns here, which could be cool. I just don't know what to give up for him. I think we might just skip over Duraludon. Yeah, he's not in the Dex. But because Duraludon is a first evolution, technically, we can get him later using the daycare system. So I kind of don't care about getting him right now for Dex entry. So yeah, I think we pass on him for now. Like, more than anything, what I want to do is I want to win to redeem Politoed. So I don't really want to just fill up our team with Pokemon who I don't really have a plan for, or who don't really add anything. There is obviously the chance that we can get a bridge, but I don't know. We're running a rain team, sure, but like, I'm not prepared for it, so it would take a lot of time and work just to get it set up properly. So I don't think we bother with it. Yeah. It could be funny, but I don't know. I don't want to risk it. Sure. I didn't level up my Pokemon all the way. I thought there would be something over here to fight, and there wasn't, so... Oh my god, 2 water types. Thank god I didn't set up the rain. We're just gonna click the super effective moves. Terra Psychic, maybe? Terra Poison, okay. He probably wasn't dead to a non-stab crunch anyway, so don't really mind. And if he actually uses the poison move, it won't affect Scizor. Hey, he set up the rain for me. Well, I might as well oblige him. He set up the rain, he was clearly a fan. He wanted to see the funny move. Oof, I wanted to fight anyone but you, Duraludon, but that's okay, we'll brawl. Kinda hate that he did that. Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't think he would know anything that would hurt me, but he could have. I was hoping Knockoff would do more there, but he is Duraludon, so I guess I should have expected that. I would love to be running an item on Crobat. I don't want to give him Brave Bird for Flying Stab, and so really the next best option for me right now is Dual Wing Beat. So we're just running no item Crobat, just to give Dual Wing Beat a bit of an edge. So now we can pull out Sinistry. We just have to figure out who we're getting rid of for him. I think we get rid of Ursaluna, honestly. They don't have their signature move, and it's kind of lame, and I don't want to get rid of Shiny Quagsire. So I'm hoping that doing this by putting them in the daycare instead of just getting rid of them, I'm hoping that it will allow us to still capture them later, since I don't have a Teddiursa. We're running both Rage Powder and Protect. Because the AI can't do guessing games, so it really gives me the opportunity to, like, take control of the fight. Like, the AI is not going to know whether or not I can Protect or Rage Powder, so having both gives me a lot of options. I like Citrus Berry on Sinistry, just so I can swap them in without a lot of fear. Hospitality is just such a good ability. I value it a lot in runs like these. Alright, fighting the normal gym leader. Boy, aren't these some normal Pokemon. Alright, we're just gonna Gigaton Hammer Tailwind and then swap to Politoed. My Watchog calcs are not great, I know that, but I think this kills. Oh shit, he's setting up. Watch out. The barrel sweep. Okay, then that's a normal Pokemon. So that's annoying, but we don't really care about Intimidate here. But Clear Amulet. We're going Mystic Water, baby. Oh my god. Why is he so bulky, though? Bro, he's setting up the curse into the Swords Dance. This guy's crazy. He's pulling on strats I've never even seen. So I want to Hypno the B-Barrow just in case it actually does know something stupid. But Protect would also be a safe move, because there's a good chance that Politoed just gets doubled into. But we're gonna Hypnosis here because I believe in myself, and I more importantly believe in Politoed. Yep. I believe in you, Politoed. If we didn't have Tailwind up, I probably wouldn't have gone for that. I would have just Protected. Because, frankly, I did not believe that Tauros wouldn't just kill Politoed. Oh, no, wait. He used Giga Impact. He had to recharge, didn't he? Okay. So we were probably fine there. But, yeah. I see Giga Impact so... Like, it's a move that nobody ever uses. So I sometimes forget how bad it really is. Right. So that means I only hit B-Barrel. He's not even the one I wanted to hit. Yeah, we needed that Muddy Water chip on the Squawkabilly, I think. No, we just barely didn't. Okay. I really thought we would, but we're just that strong. Oh, wait, who are you copying? Oh, you don't have Imposter. Okay, so we're killing you immediately. Red card Ditto? Huh? Why? Why the hell would you do red card Ditto? Okay. I do not know why the AI did that. Like, why did they give Ditto red card? Okay, that should be a... Well, he's gonna Terrasilize, so let's just hope this one is a Terra Dark. And you know what? In case it's not, we'll just do a Wing Beat. I would Terra more often. The thing is, though, is I just love the typing of a lot of my Pokemon. I think it's pretty good defensively, so sometimes I don't see a reason to Terra out of a good type. Like, Scissor's typing is such a good defensive type because of Steel that a lot of times I just would rather him stay a Steel type than giving up the resistances. So even if I could do like a bit more damage, if I'm not sure if something will kill, I would much rather just bank on it killing and not giving up my typing. Also, in case I need the Terra, like, the match is essentially over here, but like, I don't want to just burn it for no reason. Because even if I burn it and I get a kill because of it, it could mess me up later down the road. Why did Lunge harshly lower his stats? Wait, is he simple? Doesn't simple double your stat boost and reductions? Oh my god, so was he -4 accuracy? Yeah, that dude wasn't hitting shit. Wow, okay. Yeah, I thought I was just misreading it the whole time. Still no legendary is kind of a bummer. We should have at least found a roaming legendary by this point, but we'll just have to deal, I guess. Weather ball is kind of fun. Oh. No one I want to grab right now, but some cool guys. Should probably switch to Politoed and try to fight some Oricorio. Or that works, honestly. Yeah, we could just fight Rayloons. Yeah, just 2 more of those and we should be good. Nope, we're fighting Torkoal. The fastest Torkoal in the West. We're not even going to risk running away, we're just swapping the Politoed. Yeah, that was why. That would have 100% killed Scizor in every world if I tried to run and failed. Yo, Metal Coat. In case we find the shiny Scyther. And Seed Bomb, don't care. Okay. We are good to go. No rival fights. After all this time playing, I still don't remember where all the rival fights are. They just show up and I'm like, okay, it's time. Seeking... Oh, a Moongus. So he's not in my decks, but I actually do have a Fungus. So definitely don't need to worry about that now. Also, Amoonguss is one of those Pokemon that I don't really think I will ever use them in this ROM. Just because, like, why would I? Amoonguss is one of those Pokemon, like, he's such a good support that I feel like it's almost, like, too much to use him against the AI, right? Like, what's the AI gonna do against, like, Trick Room Spore? Nothing. So that really feels like something I don't want to do. It's bad enough that I have to see Amoonguss in every tournament video for the rest of my life. I don't also want to play with him in my downtime. Like, he's not that cool a Pokemon. The internet kind of ruined him. Yo, Toxtricity. This seems like a good place to try out Great Tusk. Shift gear. Okay. He just hit the raw blizzard on me. Oh. Boom bursted his own guy. The AI does not care. They'll kill their own Pokemon. They just want to take blood. They're just hoping for the fucking crit hit boom burst to kill you. They're like, whatever wastes your resources. Do we care about anything here? I guess we. I wouldn't mind looking at the new Terra type options. Dragon. Oh, fuck, that's a memory. I thought that was a fucking shard. Damn it. Damn it. That was the wrong item. I don't care about any of these. These are worthless. Eject button would be kind of funny on Crobat because he's so fast. I could probably get that tailwind up, and then if someone hits him, he just leaves. I just put Politoed in, and then he would lose the eject button. So if I ever want to bring him back out, he'll be able to do a wing beat. You know what? Fuck it. That sounds funny. I'm sure it won't really come up, but it could, and that would be an interesting strategy. That's the wrong move. I'm gonna click that one. This control stick. Okay. Oh my god. Close combat would be kind of useful. I don't foresee this being a Pokemon who stays in the field for a long time, so we might as well get as much power as we can out of it. Oh my. Okay. Supercell Slam? Why do you know that? Why is that an option? Hamper Flare. You get some weird coverage moves, Great Tusk. I am not familiar with your game. You know, I probably should have got anything to replace Rollout now that I think about it. But, if I'm being honest, we're never using Great Tusk. Like, if we're actually using Great Tusk, something has gone wrong. Yeah, I kind of like eject button on the Crobat. I think it's funny. Because really, like, we've already beaten the Grass Gym. So, the only other thing we could fight where I would really want Crobat is the Fairy Gym. And even then, we've got Gigaton Hammer on the Scizor. Jordy, yo! What type are you again? I genuinely don't remember. Rock! Okay. Now I'm really glad that I have a eject button, because, yeah, I'm gonna just bet on Crobat living a rock move, if I can be so honest. We're going to Gigaton Hammer the Cleavor. I don't think he has Focus Sash, and I don't think Sojourner will KO Crobat in one hit. That's my gambit. Because Tailwind should allow Crobat to move, or should allow Scizor to move next. Fuck you, Cleavor! Oh my god, he had the Focus Sash. Of course he had the Focus Sash. Of course, he was the one to have the Focus Sash. Heat Crash! Oh, I was getting too comfortable. Okay, if you ever think this game is easy, remember that they just do this shit, and you can't predict what's gonna have the random fire move. Okay. Okay. We're gonna swap in Politoed Quagsire. Fucking... Bro, I did the worst combination of moves I think that I could have done. I knew I should have just swapped Crobat, right? Like, I knew. But I was like, oh, well, you know, what's Storage Earner gonna do? Lamel? If I kill the Cleavor, I'm not scared of anything. Oops. Fortunately, we still have the Tailwind up, and we're just gonna rip a double Muddy Water. Oh my god. Cleavor, you bastard! I fucking hate Cleavor. All my homies hate Cleavor. Fucking bastard. Okay. Hey, Rampardos Theorem. I don't see a reason to not, at this point, I feel like we just keep ripping Muddy Waters until we lose. Like, I lost my heavy hitter, now we're just kind of trying to make it work. Okay, yeah, we hit those. Quagsire, I know this is your first time seeing combat, but I never doubted you for a second. I always believed in you, that's why you're still on the team. Okay, now that's a little scary. Also a little scary, these Pokemon, despite being rock types, actually do pretty well in the rain. Okay, we're going to Hypnosis Colossal, because I am more scared of Colossal. And then we're just going to rip another Muddy Water. We'll probably activate Steam Engine, but if it's asleep, we don't care. But we need to keep up the pressure. What Terra type is Quagsire? Because I might want to Terra Water them. Okay. Oh, you're damp? Oh, that's bad. Oh, I didn't know you were damp. Yeah, we Terra Water here because, I need Politoed to hit this confusion, and I just want Quagsire to kill. Like, this has actually gone so south so quick. Losing, our main DPS is kind of scary, because we could just get steamrolled if they just pull out some more shit we don't predict. Like, if this ends up being a grass knot or something like that, like, that's scary. Okay, we hit the Hypnosis. Terra Water on the Kabutops is not great for us. Oh, we one-shot. Quagsire, never doubted you for a second. Our Tailwind just petered out, but that's okay. So, yeah, we're gonna perform some tech here. We're actually gonna just use these revives now in the battle, now that the battle's been, like, essentially won at this point, because if we beat the battle, all our Pokemon will be healed except for fainted Pokemon. So by reviving in the battle, it means that we can I'm just gonna have Hypnosis just in case. It means that we don't have to worry about healing them after the battle, which just saves us, frankly, time more than anything. We're not actually worried about the resources. We have Leppas, we have Citrus. This is more for convenience sake on my part. At this point, the battle is over. But that was probably the worst turn one we've had in a minute. Yeah, the Focus Sash surviving the Gigaton Hammer into the random Heat Crash into Scizor. Like, I don't think there could have been a worse combo of moves that we had to fight. Again, I knew it was safer to swap Crobat out. And in the world where we swap Crobat into Politoed, we might have lived the Heat Crash. But I don't think at that point it really would have mattered, because we were probably just... Okay, we'll talk about, okay. Well, this route sucked. At least it's a legendary. Yeah, I don't know. That sucked, and, like, that can just show you how bad things can get, right? Like, we don't really have the luxury of... Oh my god. My fucking controller. I hit the down key. Okay, this is so awful. This is so awful because we're fucked on the fire side and the grass side. So we're just going to assume the AI will not think we're going to Terra Water here. But we're Terra Watering here. And then we're just going to try to kill this Delmise. If this guy power whips into my Scizor, I'm going to freak the fuck out. What? Okay, so it definitely read the Terra there, because otherwise, why would it do that? But now we get to bring Politoed in, and so now there's no way Chandelure lives. Of course, you hit me with Flame Body on the first one. Dude, this game's a fucker. This game is just like, it does it intentionally. It's like, yeah, we know what you're gonna do, so this is what is gonna make it the most annoying for you to deal with. Oh my god. How awful. I don't have the data for Roaring Moon, but I don't know if I actually care. I think that alone has kind of made me just want to get the fuck out of here. You will notice that even though we use the eject button, Crobat still has it. It will only lose it if Crobat faints in battle. I guess out of the three of these Pokemon, we're the least scared of Tatsugiri. I mean, not to say that Tatsugiri is a pushover, but like, we kind of don't have a ton of options here. If we want to like finish leveling. This will get us to 85. We're coming up on the end. You have rough skin, you're going to be annoying. Okay. Actually wasn't sure about that one. Okay. Yeah, as we get to the end here, this is just going to get more and more brutal. Even grinding as normal Pokemon, we don't have the chance for deaths. This sucks. This sucks so hard. One shots. Missed a blizzard, but that's okay. Oh my god. These are not fights that I want to be taking, by the way. I'm just having some technical difficulties, as always. I'm forgetting which button on my controller lets me fly, and it's none of the buttons I'm pressing, so I don't even think it's mounted, and frankly, I don't remember what it even is at this point. So we're just gonna say fuck it. Dude, this is so scuffed with my scuffed ass controller. Okay. So we figured it out at the last second just for us to have to fight the rival anyway. Okay. This is scary. We can wipe to this. And if we wipe to this, then we've wasted all of this, and there's no Politoed redemption. Okay. Lycanroc, Driftblim. Driftblim can probably just explode here. So in the interest of that, we're gonna go Surging Strikes to kill Lycanroc, and we're just gonna protect with Politoed. Or do we risk the Hypnosis? If Hypnosis misses and we can explode it on, that's gonna suck. I don't know if it kills. But on the off chance we hit the Hypnosis, we're in a pretty good spot for next turn. Okay, so it tailwinded. So they will always be faster than us now. Flame Orb! Ooh. Okay. We are protecting this turn. If it was gonna explode, it does it now. Yeah, I'm like, it's next to a rock type. And, like, there's no way it doesn't explode. Earthquake, too. Really glad I protected this turn. Yeah, if we Terra Water there, we would have killed. I specifically didn't Terra Water there because I knew Driftblim could explode. I'm being dead ass when I say that that was my thought process. Like, there was a high likelihood it just ripped it, but yeah, Tailwind makes sense because it had it. If it didn't have Tailwind, it would have exploded. And now it has Stamina. Fortunately, we don't care about Stamina because we're running Surging Strikes. Otherwise, this would be a little annoying. Oof, you almost died of that. If that was stabbed, we might have died. Last two, it's that damn Rotom. So he finally ditched the Carnivine at least. I say we Gigaton the Rotom. Actually, it'll probably substitute turn one. Let's just Gigaton the Spiritomb and swap Politoed. We'll swap the Sinistine. Doesn't have a Grass type move, actually, or yeah, it's not, or it doesn't have a Ghost type move. It does no Blizzard. Let's just swap the Quagsire just because he's a safe defensive swap. I think Rotom's gonna sub here, but we don't know. I don't want to swap anyone into a Blizzard, frankly. Funny thing, when Spiritombs Terrasilize, it's just kind of worse for them, unless I was gonna use a Fairy move, which I never would. So, the swap here was really good, because we don't have to worry about this discharge damage, at least. So, Rotom probably never Blizzards here because it's... Like, why would it? It's fighting a Steel type and a Water ground. So, we're just going to swap into... We're going to keep Scissorin. We're going to swap into Sinistee on the other slot. Just to give Scizor a bit of extra health on the off chance, like, something weird happens. Yeah, Hospitality. Drink that. Yeah, I assumed it would simply just discharge again, so I was like, we might as well just swap to the Grass type. And yeah, I think Scizor might have been dead to the crit there because it's using Life Orb now, so yeah, that was a good call for me. Dude, he lives on 1, that's so a damage roll. We are dead to discharge crit, I think. So we're gonna swap back into Quagsire, and we're just gonna pray not to get full Terran or full Parad. Bro, of course he hits that shit. Whatever, dude. I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. They never fucking miss that. They never miss that. They wouldn't even click it if they knew they were gonna miss that. I'm so mad. This is genuinely why I stopped doing permadeath. I just believe that the AI cheats fully, and I don't fuck with that. I don't know. I never see the AI miss those, right? Like, I know it's 70 accuracy and I'm also running it, but I'm running it with wide lens, and I'm already accepting that I'll probably miss most of them. Huh. So what do we do about this? We probably want Tornadus. I don't have him. We're giving up Crobat. Question is now, is he a roaming, or do we have to beat him? And if we do have to beat him, who do we use? I guess there's just no harm in leading Scizor. Because what would he do to Scizor? I don't know. I'm so unfamiliar with the genies. They came out during a time when I just wasn't playing Pokemon. And I have to rediscover why they're so dangerous, like now, in modern Pokemon. So I'm still trying to figure out what to be afraid of for this guy. So we're just going to try to rip it and hope that he's a roamer. Torn. He's not a roamer. Yeah, so if you've never seen a legendary encounter in this game, you have two types of Pokemon you can encounter. Roamers, which will just run away on turn 1 if they can, and they'll just appear on random tiles. Or bosses, which you have to get them down to like 1 hit point before you can actually catch them, and then they get an Omni boost. So, we're just gonna rip the Gigaton. Okay, he rain danced. He doesn't know that's good for me. I guess he just wants 100% accurate Bleak Winds. Okay, I crit the Gigaton, so there's all the suspense gone. Kinda wish I didn't even crit that, because, like, it would have been so much more dramatic if it was, like, scary. But then if we crit Gigaton Hammer, yeah, I mean... I don't want to use the Master Ball here. I think we're good to just Ultra Ball it. Because there could still be another Legendary on this playthrough. Okay. This is huge for our progress on our Legendary decks. This is a big one. Yeah, Bleakwind Storm, Hurricane. Honestly, kind of a crazy one to get given the team we're using. Does he learn his signature move? Nope. But he does learn Tailwind, which was why we gave up Crobat. Kind of like Extra Sensory just for coverage for now. Okay. It is so rare that when doing these kind of big dexes, that I will get Pokemon that I don't have. So, despite all the bad things that have happened this run, we've been getting more than average luck on the encounter tables. Which is pretty nice, honestly. Because essentially that's what we're doing here, right? Is we're just looking for encounters. Just add to the decks. Double check. Do you really not have Bleakwind Storm, dude? Like, isn't that your thing? Oh wait, no. I'm dumb. He already has it. Yeah, I totally skipped over it. Yeah, no, he just has it. I guess we run both. I mean, why not, I guess. Until we get to like an actual movie learner, he doesn't really have a lot of good options. Don't really have any good items. Probably just give him citrus. Fire types. This is perfect. High level fire type gym, we love to see it. Because we're running the one Scizor in the world who doesn't give a fuck. We're running the one Scizor who gobbles fire types up for breakfast. Colossal, not the fire type I wanted to see. But no Droughtmon, which is nice. So we just get to straight up rip it. We're going to go for Colossal first. Colossal is the one I don't want to get out of hand. Because we can proc their steam engine, and then they could just hit us with something we don't expect. Yeah, overheat into the Scizor. But I resist it now. And now, even if we don't kill Typhlosion with the Muddy Water, we just don't care. That killed Colossal, but not Typhlosion? I mean, I guess we cover for both, but like, wow. Definitely did not expect that. Tauros. The Paldean Tauroses are so good. Yeah, we just Surging Strike Muddy Water again. Hurricane, huh? Yeah, you do just get that for... Ooh, that did a lot of damage, and he got the confusion on that. What? Why did Tauros not go before Politoed? Now I'm just confused about the speed tiers. I don't know, like, I don't know what Politoed's speed is. I would be so real. But I am genuinely shocked. He must have had like a minus speed nature. Because I just don't understand how that happens. Iron Moth. I want to keep Scizor in, but he's just so low now because of that. I just don't want him to die. Let's swap in the Quag. And we'll just keep ripping Muddy Waters. Like, Wide Lens Muddy Water, like, we are treating Politoed like Kyogre. We want him to just spam the move that hits both targets and his staff. Ooh, he teared the poison. That's a little unfortunate. And he Hurricanes. Wow, you know, did not expect them all to have Hurricane. Oh my god! Yeah, that would have just fucking killed if we had just left in Scizor. So I'm glad we swapped. Oh my god, and we don't kill the Ninetales who's solar beaming. So the question is, who does the Ninetales target? I think they target Politoed. I'm gonna risk they're targeting Politoed. Oh my god. Because Scizor was still in when it used Solar Beam. So I was pretty sure the AI was clicking the Politoed slot there. That was the only reason I predicted that. Was just based raw on how I believe the AI moves. And now we kind of don't care what happens next because we've won. This was the matchup I was looking the most forward to. I was not worried at all for the Fire Gym. It threw a couple curveballs. Iron Moth was definitely an interesting one. Iron Moth Terra Poison was kind of good into my team, but at least defensively, but still, it would have been hard for me to be scared of it. Yeah, we go to the swarming route here just to grab some levels. Oh, nice. We got a Alolan Rapidash. Or, Galarian, sorry. God, this game really wants me to do Steel Politoed. They are just like, the signs are there. Yeah, Venomoth, you're weak. Let's just get some XP off you. Okay, I was speed tying the Venomoth. Awesome. So that's actually it for the levels, because now we're getting to the point where the levels go up incrementally as we go through the Elite Four. Because that was our last gym. So there are 6 fights left in the game. At least 6 fights that matter. We'll probably have to fight, like, Rival, I think, 2 more times. Or at least 1. Yeah, most of these pickups don't matter, but still just like to pick them up, you know? You never know. Store our flight charge. And let's see what this is. Lugia. So we're actually not gonna even bother. We already have Lugia at home. So this is the thing, right? Is like, even though we're actively looking for legendaries, if we encounter ones we already have, we're just gonna skip them. Hassle. Okay. I'm kind of worried about Hassle. I do not like these Pokemon. I want to get rid of the High Grapple. I would hate for Cyclozar to use Shed Tail. I'm gonna hope it doesn't have it. We're gonna protect to see what High Grapple does here. I don't care about that. It says there's a Steel type still. I don't think this kills. I hope it does, but I don't think it does. Yeah. Okay. So we know that Scizor is faster than Hydrapple, and I was right to protect it. Oh my god, they're switching. Oh my god, he's raging. Roaring Moon. God, he's just trying to bait out that water Terra. That move is hurting a lot more than I feel like it should. So it's probably just like adamant and really strong. Oh no, you missed the Roaring Moon. That was the one you really should have hit. Okay, we still kill because it's a dark type. That's really good for us. Okay, we're back to Hydrapple. Here's what we're gonna... Oh my god. It has Regenerator. That's why he swapped it, because he knew he was taking a lot of damage. Okay, so we're lunging again, and we're gonna swap to Sinistcha. If Hydrapple uses a grass type move, he won't care about it, and Scizor could use some health. Dragon Rush, he misses! He didn't go for the double edge. We crit! Let's go! Well, now that we crit, we're kind of not in the best spot here, because we Don't really want Sinister to be on the field for that reason. Okay. Okay, Gouging Fire is a dragon type. We have to Terra Water. If we want to have a chance to kill it, we have to Terra Water. We Terra Water into the Surging Strikes into Gouging Fire. And then we're going to Rage Powder. That could kill Sinistra if it's going for the Fire type move, which it probably is. If we instead Terra Sinistra... Okay, so we're not going to Terra Scizor. We are going to Terra Sinistra to be Terra Ghost, and then we're going to Rage Powder. I'm calling that this is the better play. If Cyclozar goes for Double Edge, we won't care. It goes back to Dragon Rush, it hits it. And yeah, go for the Flare Blitz. We live it and we proc our Citrus Berry, we're good. Oh god, it's so much less than I thought. We should still kill if we hit it again though. So we're just going to repeat action here. I don't care enough about the Cyclozar to really target it down. We're just going to let Cyclozar take up that slot. I don't think it's strong enough to really try to beat down. Oh my god. So yeah, thankfully with the rain and being a ghost type, we don't care about Flare Blitz. Okay, well he still killed. I think that might have been a damage roll. Honestly, Gouging Fire was scary enough that I think we made the right play still. Rain stopped, we can swap Politoed back in. Keeping the rain up, which is really important. Dragon types very often have fire coverage. Our Caledon, that was so bad! We knock off Protect. No. I want to go for the Hypnosis. What are we doing here? We're gonna double switch. We're putting Tornadus in this slot, and we're putting Great Tusk in this slot. Our Caledon is going to hit Electro Shot into Politoed slot. We're gonna negate it with Great Tusk. We're gonna Tailwind with Tornadus because we need Tailwind. Because I don't trust my speed stats. Okay, he's just going for Dragon Claw. And he crits. Now we are going to, because I believe I need the extra damage from close combat. We are Tailwind close combat to kill this Archaludon. Come on. Should be enough. It's just barely not enough. Oh, Great Tusk. You absolute motherfucker. We bring Scizor back in. Now we have Tailwind up. We're going to Surging Strikes just because, like, I don't actually know if knockoff kills. It probably does. I'm not risking it. And we're hard swapping back to Politoed. Yeah. It's like, I don't know, man. It had one stamina boost. Maybe for some reason knockoff didn't kill. I was not going to risk it. Okay. Dragon types are fucking scary. Okay, I thought Arcalar was bad enough. What do we do? What do we do against Miraidon? We can't Terra Water or we're fucking dead. If we lunge, we'll lower attack. Miraidon doesn't care. We could knock off. Who knows what item it has? It probably doesn't do even half its health. Gigaton isn't super effective. It's probably terastallizing. It's probably going to terastallize, and we have to hope it terastallizes to an electric type, because we really do not need him to be a dragon type right now. We're Surging Strikes into the Cyclozar to guarantee the kill, and we're just going to protect, because, I don't know, Miraidon is going to Electro Charge in the Politoed, most likely. Please Terra Electric, please Terra Electric. No! This at least gets rid of one of their two moves they get to click every turn. Into the Scizor! Oh, this is so bad. Miraidon. Motherfucker has Miraidon. We have to hit this Hypnosis. We still have Tailwind up. We have to hit this Hypnosis. Oh my god, it's Electric Terrain. I'm a fucking idiot. Oh my god, do we wipe? Do we wipe the Terra Dragon Miraidon? Oh my god. We have to Mud Shot Protect here. This is our only option. His speed fell. Dude, this Quagsire doesn't do anything to Miraidon. We wipe if we don't use healing items. So we're breaking the not using healing items tradition now. I don't need to use a force, so I have a max heal. I think we need Great Tusk to be at full health, or we fucking wipe. Yeah, we go for the double protect. Yeah, we genuinely we needed that double protect. Like, we needed it that bad that I was willing to risk it. Our only saving grace here is we're immune to Electro Drift. Fucking Mirko, bro. What a troll. Yeah, if we don't heal Great Tusk there, I'm pretty sure we lose. That was just the first one. Bro, these dragon-type trainers, I can't handle it. Oh my god. Our whole fucking team is dead. I thought I was making some good reads. Up until the Miraidon came out, I thought we were just gonna, like, win and be cool. But once I saw that Miraidon, I'm like, oh, it's so fucking over. I have so many Pokemon weak to Miraidon, specifically. And then he terrored to Dragon, and I was like, bro, I don't think we win this. Like, my only real Dragon answer is on Politoed, and, like, yeah, you saw how that went. So we have to go here. We don't have a choice. But we're just gonna do this to completely avoid every encounter on this route. Frankly, I don't have the nerve after that to chance anything. We're just skipping to the end. Yeah, we'll swap the Great Tusk just to kill this guy. Just to stop him flat. Okay. Bro, Miraidon. Of course he had Miraidon. And now we have to stop here instead of the battle shop, which I would have preferred, because we used almost all of our revives just there. So we didn't have to fucking wipe. Master Ball check. Elite Four 2. This run's gonna be another like 50 minutes at least, bro. Is that an electric type gym leader? Am I really going dragon into electric? Is it like, is this just like the curse of wanting to use Politoed? Oh, I never, okay. So I forgot to switch Great Tusk back out, but this is actually really good for me then. Because we're just doing this, and we're swapping. Immune to electric, but still likes to have the water stab. So yeah, our Quagsire also has like shit moves. Like we really wanted to go to that battle shop, but also, why did Uproar do so much damage? Arctozolt? Bro! Bro, what is this? What is this shit? Okay, we just one-shot it. But like, electric ice to cover for the ground? Fortunately, I'm not afraid of Uproar Rotom. Oh! Like, what else do we do? Can you believe this shit? Back-to-back Miraidons! Okay, Great Tusk, do something. Great Tusk, this is now your time to shine. This is now all about Great Tusk and Quagsire. Why does that do so much damage? I don't know if we actually wanted that crit there, if I'm being honest. But he has one left, so fuck it. Raging Bolt! We're swapping for the healing on Great Tusk because we're locked into rollout. Terra, he's probably Terra Dragon because of course he is. Okay, Electric, thank goodness. I can't deal with any more Terra Dragons. Wow, that really did no damage, huh? We're gonna protect because I think he's gonna just go for me again. And I'm gonna get another turn of rollout. I would like him to miss so I could swap moves. Okay. So I don't want him to kill Great Tusk, so now we're gonna Rage Powder. Because he's still locked into rollout. But this next rollout should kill if it hits. Okay. I'm sorry I had to get up, but as soon as I saw that Miraidon, I was just, like, livid. Like, that went really smoothly, but it really could have turned. I kind of got lucked out there by accidentally leaving Great Tusk in front. That was a pure accident. It worked out so well, though. Honchkrow, yeah, we'll just fight you with Scizor. We just have to fight something between these battles because we need to get the levels. Fuck it. Die. Yeah. I will can live that. Few things. Okay. God, it always happens like this. These last couple of gym matches have just made this so much less chill. Oh, man. Honestly, Rock Slide over Rollout is a great idea. Not really sure. I don't really want to run Taunt on Tornadus in this. Chilling Water would be funny because it would get the boost from the rain. I mean, we really don't need to be running both Hurricane and Bleak Wind. So I guess I'll just give him that for some coverage. Yes. We'll also give you Rock Slide. What Terra Shards can we get? I think we want to give the Terra Dragon to Politoed. Because we've basically already fought the Dragon type Elite Four. We're not really worried about it anymore. Now we can just kind of use that to our advantage here. That's just on the off chance we need it, frankly. Fuck it. Fuck it. Can we get a sharp beak by any chance for our Bleak Windstorm? Yeah, fuck it. We're just smoothing. I think the worst of it's over, genuinely. I can't believe out of all the poison moves, he picked Pocket Spikes. It's kind of annoying. Bro, they just ripped that shit. He was really going for the Zap Cannon. Motherfucker was really like, yeah, but if I hit the Zap Cannon, it'll be really funny. And I stayed in. I stayed in because I was like, well, he's just gonna Zap Cannon me, so I'm just gonna flip that coin. Because I get so much for winning it. So. Hydro Pump, I don't care, I'm water type. Yeah, kind of scary when you give, like, Seismitoad the rain boost, but because I'm already water type, I don't care. And he heals, but we figured he wouldn't die to Muddy Water anyway, so he Surging Strikes, and he's dead in one. Yeah. So what we do now is we're going to swap Politoed out because we want to heal up. What do you do here? Because I was going to swap in Sinistry for Politoed, but now I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe we just swap Scizor out. Maybe Scizor just goes away. What if he uses Solar Beam? There's not much we can do if he just clicks Solar Beam, because there's no way for us to get Weather Control back. So I think we are going to try and Hypnosis Groudon. I think we're not faster, but I'm going to hope that Groudon sees to kill on the Scizor. Yeah, that sucks, but whatever. Okay, he's terrestrializing. He's probably just ground type. Yeah. Okay, we hit the Hypnosis. So we don't even have to guess what his move is. Icy Wind kind of sucks here, but You know, we're just gonna hope that there's no turn 1 wake up. Because I think... Oh no, we're in the sun still. Okay, so we have to swap Politoed out because we need to reset. We'll just do this. We probably could have went Tornadus for the ground immunity, but there could also be rocks here. Oh yeah, we have Photosynthesis. I knew it. Yeah. Sorry, Quagsire. I mean, like, we all knew he had Solar Beam, right? Like, really, there was only so much I could do about it. He got the fucking turn 1 wake up. Or, what was that turn 2? Honestly, I'm not paying attention. I'm getting thrown off, honestly, because I'm not using legendaries, but my opponents still are. One of the reasons why I'm like, it's not so bad we're not using Kyogre, because that means less likely that we have to fight legendaries. But they just all have them. Okay. Muddy Water and we high horsepower. Okay, he Muddy Water back. He's still dead though. You missed! You missed the Groudon! Ugh! Great Tusk expelled the poison using Friendship, but that's actually not even good for us. We want some of these guys to die so we could just swap. If we had gotten the swap in, it would have been so much better. Yeah, I couldn't tell which one he was going to Solar Beam. I think he saw a kill on either. But we wanted to get Sinistcha in, because now we can Machagacha. This is the whole reason I wanted to get Sinistcha in. Citrus, heal back up. Yeah, okay. The Machagacha was just a cover for the misses. Oh boy, that got scary at the end there. Three more matches. Politoed has been putting in weight. He has not been dead weight this whole time. Unlike the last time we ran this, which was just way worse. Yeah, only losing one is kind of big, and it's Quagsire we don't even care about. We're just using Quagsire for the shiny. I will say that Quagsire is a nice pivot because he just is immune to electric types, so it's been useful. Okay, we heal back up. Get ready for the next fight. Yeah, here's what we do. We go in here, we immediately leave. Go to his honey route. Oh, Ferrothorn? I love that guy. How do you kill Ferrothorn? I guess Great Tusk. And we hope he doesn't have Power Whip. If he has Power Whip, we're probably dead here. Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't really know what else to do there. Because, like, Scizor was going to take forever to kill. I didn't want to deal with it. It's like, just hope the close combat kills. Yeah, I guess we'll look again for a Sharp Beak. I didn't see one last time. I just think it would be nice to have that on Tornadus. Frankly, in this type of game mode, I don't know what else we would use on him. We're kind of just hoping that he hits those Bleak Winds. And with Rain, we have a pretty good chance. 100% in fact. Okay. It's possible that this wasn't the last shop and I just missed it. There's so many items and I'm trying to go fast. these runs always take so long if you're not trying to go fast, so just... I would like to not be here for 4 hours every time we stream this. Because I also don't want to leave runs off on, like, in the middle of them, frankly. I feel like it kind of defeats all the momentum. Yeah, we're just running it again. This is their run. This is their fucking run. Candace. Okay. Not great for Politoed because all of these Pokemon will probably have Freeze Dry. But great for Scizor with Gigaton. Abomasnow. They're gonna get weather control here, which sucks. Yeah, so we have to immediately swap Politoed to get weather control back. We want to try to lunge to kill the Abomasnow so we can save the Gigaton Hammer, because you can't use them consecutively. So we're swapping... We're taking a Blizzard, no matter what, and we don't have any good Ice Resists, so we're sending in Quagsire. It's probably our best option. Yeah, he's going to be immune to this Discharge, which is nice. If Abomasnow is going to Wood Hammer instead... Oh my god. If they Wood Hammer instead of Blizzarding... Yeah... That was the fear. I was just trying to count on the Blizzard, if I'm being honest. Okay. Okay, so now this is, like, as bad as it could be. We have to let Quagsire die. That's not how Good as Gold works, right? Good as Gold should not block Helping Hand, right? I don't think that's how that interaction is supposed to work. But whatever, we killed the Abomasnow either way. Yeah, we don't care that Quagsire dies there because, frankly, we just kind of needed something to pivot around the Abomasnow. Now we get weather control back. It's more important that they don't have snow than that we have the rain. Yeah, giving him the rain for this is not great. I think we need to use Politoed here, like makeshift Amoonguss. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna Gigaton Hammer the Rotom. I think this should kill. We're gonna Hypnosis the Walrein because we kind of want to stall it out. Why do they always do this? I want a Terra Dragon so bad, but this is literally an Ice-type gym. This is the one type of trainer we didn't want to see. Like, and we're seeing it. Yeah, we just protect to be safe. Yeah, okay. Discharges, he misses his own fucking Walrein, because of course he does. Wait, what? Wait, did he miss Scizor? Oh, shit. Okay, this guy just does not care about hitting his own Pokemon. Okay, well that could have gone smoother. But, you know, I'll take it. We've out this Ice Shard's 1000% of the time to kill Scizor. Mammoth one, yeah, we do not want Scizor to be here. We could Torn because this makes us immune to Earthquake, but if we have to switch into Ice Shard, it's gonna suck. I think we do it because if we survive, we get a Tailwind up guaranteed. And we Muddy Water here because we want as much damage on the Mammal Swine. Okay, he Dark Pulses. That's really good. We did not want it to be an ice move. I guess he just saw a kill with anything, so he just clicked a random move. Which is, okay, we crit the Muddy Water. Let's fucking go. And now we have Prankster Torn who can Tailwind. You know what? I don't think we need Tailwind anymore. We just go for damage. We have to just go for damage. It's Calyrex Ice Rider. We just have to go for damage. If we die, that means we get to bring Scizor back. That's like what we're hoping for. No, Scizor's fucking paralyzed. Oh, not the wide lens. Okay, Politoed kills. Okay, thank God. They always go for Future Sight. We can't even protect here because it could just Glacial Lance. But I'm gonna go for Bleakwind protect anyway. Oh no, we Hypnosis. In case this doesn't kill, we Hypnosis and we pray. We don't have White Lens anymore, we're just praying. Okay, we just killed. I wasn't sure. The Calyrex forms scare me more than anything. There's nothing that I have prepared for more in all my time playing competitive than the Calyrex forms. Like, Jesus. We just go in, we go out, we go in, we go out because we have a nurse. This run has just been, like, insane. Gotta get better about managing my Politoed. It's crazy to think that, like, I went through a lot of effort to get Scizor the Water Terra. And now I'm gonna have to figure out a Terra type for Politoed. And I'm gonna have to run that solo type. I guess that's gonna be the next challenge we do. We try to get Politoed a new Terra type. Because they're the only real Drizzle user I want to use. Aside from Kyogre, but we're banning Kyogre for now. We'll probably see Kyogre again, but for now, I need to prove that I don't need Kyogre as a crutch. Olympia. Ghost-type E4. You know, Olympia looks like an E4 character, so I believe it. I believe Olympia could be a champion. But you know what this means, right? We're going to be fighting Calyrex Shadow Rider. This is an awful 2 to start with. Because we have the Steel and Water coverage on their team. No, we have to play like they don't know what's coming. Let's go, Scizor. Magic Room is a little annoying, but we honestly don't care about it that much. Sock 2. You have to ignore it because the Raichu is too important. Raichu, I think, is going to go first no matter what. I don't think we can do anything to stop it from launching an electric-type move. I kind of just think we have to rip it and ship it. Yeah. I couldn't predict who he was going to go for in that instance, so it's like, I kind of just have to go. I have 2 water types on the field, and I have to, like, rip it. I'm hoping that the combination of damage is a guaranteed kill on the Raichu. I think that should be enough to make sure that launch kills. Because it's stab, it's 80 power, it's scissor. I think this kills. Okay. I wasn't certain from 100%. It might kill from 100%. Again, it's like I don't have knowledge on every Pokemon's calcs. The weirder they are, the harder it is for me to guess. Hey, what type is Screamtail? Am I right, Wolf Watchers? Okay, we're swapping out. Into what? God. These are like Pokemon that I normally associate with like tanky Pokemon who just sit on the field and do nothing. So I don't really know what to swap into. I think I kind of just want to swap into Torn, because the rain's still up, so Torn can get some really powerful stab off. And at the very least, we can set up a Tailwind, which will be nice. And I think we just rip another Blizzard. If we get a Blizzard Freeze on Screamtail, that would kind of just... I think that would just win the game for us, frankly. Because I don't know... Yeah, Boom Burst. I was like, what? I don't know what it's going to do, but I'm probably scared of it. Okay, yeah, in that instance, he did like more damage to his partner than me. Oof. Yeah, I think we want to go for the Tailwind here. I don't know if crit mattered. I don't think it did. Tapu Lele, we definitely want to go for the Tailwind here. We're just gonna Tailwind, sack Tornadus, and Protect. Like, I think that is our best option, is just to get rid of Torn. We go for Boom Burst again, so they're gonna hurt their own Tapu. That's fine. I honestly want to bring Scizor back in. Because Politoed's not doing much here. Yeah, and then they just took that. Thank God that wasn't in Scizor. That would kind of throw a wrench in my whole plan. So yeah, Politoed, we're not going to do anything with Politoed here. We want to Gigaton Hammer the Tapu Lele. They're too scary to let them stay there any longer. And we want to swap the Politoed in the Sinistcha to get that healing. Because I believe that we can kill Tapu right now, and then we don't care about Boom Burst. Yeah, that always kills. And then Boom Burst shouldn't do more than we healed from the Hospitality. Yeah, and it doesn't affect Sinistcha. The rain's off, but so is the Magic Room. So we lose the rain boost, but we get back the Mystic Water boost. So now there's Necrozma. This is really bad. We're pretty fortunate here to have a couple of good options into it. The problem is Scizor is so low, and we've already done the Sinistcha swap. So we now have to decide what we're doing. Knockoff might be better here. We don't know what item the Necrozma has. It could be Life Orb, which would kind of suck. So I kind of want to go for the knockoff. Whether it's Life Orb or Focus Sash, whatever item this Necrozma is holding, I just want to get rid of it. I don't think we kill with Lunge, so I don't want to risk that we don't, and I would like to get rid of the item because I want to use Rage Powder. The Screamtail is unfortunately just going to keep Boom Bursting until they run into the fucking PP, but I mean, I kind of just have to take that damage on Scizor. I really just cannot have this Necrozma hitting Scizor. Oh god. Yeah, Terra. Terra Psychic, yeah. The Rage Powder here. Knock off. Power Herb. Yeah. Really glad we got rid of that. Oh. That's fine. What kills this Fluttermane? Or Fluttermane. What kills this Screamtail? I think... I think we go for Great Tusk. I'm not really sure what Great Tusk is gonna do. I'm just kind of hoping it hits really hard. Because we have to lunge into the Necrozma now before it becomes a problem. And so we just want to do something. Okay. I think if we Rock Slide here, we could potentially get some flinches. High Horsepower is definitely the better option for trying to kill Screamtail, but I also really want to cover again for in case we don't kill Necrozma with Lunge. Okay, well, we hit Necrozma, I guess. Yeah, he's definitely dead now. I just do not want to guess, okay? I don't want to guess when it comes to legendaries. Yeah, I figured it would be Dazzling Gleam regardless. That's why I wasn't too worried about it. Our Tailwind petered out. But we can't really do much about that. We're just high horsepower. Okay, I think we made it out. The weirdness disappeared. Nice. We're in the high horsepower. High horsepower. You're dead, right, Great Tusk? Wow. Not dead. Didn't even use friendship. Great Tusk just kind of bulky. Okay. We were able to get out of that so easily because there were a couple Pokemon we could just ignore. Xatu and Screamtail just were not threatening enough. For the most part, I kind of just felt like I was 2v1ing there. But, like, it could have turned south pretty quickly. This is the last trainer. This is the last trainer we have to do. Our rival, Barry. And I wouldn't have two other Pokemon leading. One thing I want to do. So I keep forgetting that his fucking ability is damp. I want to change Quagsire's ability. Forget which one it's gonna be, but I just bought both just in case. Unaware or Water Absorb. Yeah, I'd rather have Unaware. Water Absorb is nice, but I would only pick Water Absorb if I was running like Surf on Politoed, which I'm not. And then we immediately walk out. I guess I could have taken it for the achievement, since we're at the last trainer, but fuck it. Alright. This run has been a bitch and a half. But we're winning it. We're winning it because, frankly, we have earned it. We only ever used one healing item in battle, which is way less than I normally use. Okay. He's going to Tailwind before he explodes. I'm going to call it. The AI likes to follow pretty predictable patterns. We're not Terra Watering in case he is exploding now. We're going to go for the Hypnosis to see if we can just avoid the explosion altogether. Okay, we hit it. We hit it. There will be no explosion. This also means he doesn't get Tailwind up, potentially. Return is an interesting choice. Ooh, but it didn't hit. It wasn't a soft hit, I'll tell you that. Okay. We're gonna knock off Muddy Water because I believe Muddy Water will kill Barbaracle from this point. And I want to get some chip on Drifblim because I'm hoping to kill them this turn. Let's go! There will be no explosions on our watch. Getting the citrus berry there was nice, because if we had just barely missed it, they would have gotten that healing. Okay, Spiritomb. It's a little scary, but we're fine. Iron Leaves. That's a psychic grass type, I believe. Oh my god. Okay, I think we just go for the lunge and the protect. Because I think Iron Leaves will attack Politoed here. I think they see a kill with a couple of moves. And honestly, we're not worried about Spiritomb. This is remove. Psyblade misses. And I lunge. And I hit him with it. Let's fucking go, Scizor, my goat. Shadow Ball and a Scizor. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Oh, that hurts, though. Really hate to see that. Spiziv. But they're down to 3. The Rotom Frost is here. I kind of want to just Gigaton and disrespect him a bit. I kind of want to disrespect him a bit. We're going for it. We're going all aggressive. This is the last fight. Accuracy fall on Spiritomb's huge. The chip on Rotom. He discharges himself. Politoed's probably dead here. Yo, paralyzed on his own Spiritomb. He had Lumberry? Oh, he had Figgy Berry. It was too spicy. He's Parafusion by himself. Politoed, my fucking goat! He lives the discharge. We Gigaton Hammer. We kill the Rotom. He's crippled his own Spiritomb. Okay, well... Our fucking goat. Our fucking goat, Politoed. Okay, well, this is the problem. We're double switching. We literally have no business being here otherwise. You guys did your best. No! Pursuit! They removed that move! This is so funny. They removed Pursuit from modern Pokemon. I didn't expect to see it. But because they did it, I immediately swapped into fucking Sinistra before the turn was over. Like I used U-turn or some shit. And I got the healing. I got the fucking healing. On Politoed. I've never seen that. I don't know if that's how that interaction works. Pursuit literally doesn't exist anymore. But he Terra Watered. So we're going for the Matcha Gotcha. Oh my god. What a funny interaction. Okay, Tornad. Okay, I really hope you hit Tornadus there. Oh, that was my water type answer. You just killed there. Please hit yourself. Okay. Goodbye, Spiritomb. That was your own fault. This is not great. We're Tailwind. Because if this comes down to the wire, we might need it. Spatial Rend is scary. Yeah, it's scary. We bring him back. We're in Tailwinds. Politoed will go first. Politoed. Hit that shit. Bleak Wind kills. But we can imagine Politoed did that. You know what? He did do that. He set the rain back up so Tornadus wouldn't fucking miss a second time. Politoed fucking W. Common Politoed W. We did it. We fucking did it. The Politoed redemption arc. With our fucking adamantine dragon, Politoed, Sinistra, Great Tusk for some reason, Tornadus, huge W on the Tornadus get, and a shiny Quagsire. They fucking did it. I got Genie Mastery. We get an achievement on the way. League champion in under 3 hours. Fuck the victory lap. I'm tired. Let's go. We did it. What a fucking nail biter. They're not usually nail biters for me, but that one was just insane. I couldn't believe it. So many Gen 9 Pokemon I'm not used to seeing. Like, Pokemon that I love coming back to haunt me. But in the end, Politoed fucking makes it to the end. Fucking Politoed, let's go. And this means that Politoed is now officially our reign setter of choice. Yo, we got a huge pile of money. Only 14 levels though. What a huge run. Massive. I love this mod. Fucking Politoed, let's go. Our goat. He did it. He fucking did it. Ugh. Even the times when I doubted him. And it was because of the moveset. It was because we actually took the time to appreciate what's good about Politoed. In the last run, Politoed was like just a glorified Drizzlebot. But this run, every move mattered. We never changed his moves. We used every move to great success. Like, this is how we're gonna win. With Politoed. This is the set. My goat. I wouldn't want anyone else to rock up with my adamantine dragon. That's our fucking guy right there. Thank you guys so much for being here. Honestly, I haven't had a run this stressful in a long time. I was a good one the entire way through. I had so much fun. I hope you guys had at least half as much fun as I did. If you want, you can go down to the description. Should be a link to the Discord. If that link has expired, you can comment and I'll update it. That way, if you want to get in touch, if you want to talk about Pokemon Emerald Rogue, if you have any tips or any moveset recommendations for Politoed, I'm still new to using Politoed, but goddamn, I love him so much already. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate everyone who stopped by and who's chatting and who's subbing. And I just hope you guys enjoy the ride as much as I did. And I'll see you guys next time on the couch. If no one saw it, I have Pukumuki with me, my favorite water type. Night, everyone. I'm fucking tired.